The wholesale, manufacturing and logistics business was founded by Bruno Steinhoff 50 years ago. With his entrepreneurial spirit, Bruno dared to cross many boundaries, to find value and quality products in places where very few were prepared to go. The ability to adapt to political, economic and social change remains at the very heart of this business. With an office in a private home, furniture in a small warehouse near Hanover, and a trailer hooked to a car, Bruno became a traveling salesman who drove around Germany presenting furniture to retailers. With initial success and exclusive rights to represent suppliers in Saxony and Hessen, the company that would later become Steinhoff Europe was registered. Post-war Germany presented many opportunities as the government supported industrial growth and encouraged cooperation with other European countries. The company built a new warehouse and an office at Langebrügge Straße in Westerstede. The German economy did well, and the business thrived. The warehouse was expanded, and a direct railway connection was added. The business diversified early on, adding furniture production to the traditional trading and import business. Deliveries to Westerstede increased from 48 wagons to 274 wagons. Turnover reached 40 million Deutsche Mark, and the company now employed 105 people. In spite of the Cold War and the West's negative perception of the Eastern Bloc, Bruno and his team were determined to grow the business. Transcending national boundaries, language barriers and cultural differences, furniture was sourced from East Germany, Bulgaria, Denmark, Italy, the Netherlands, Romania, Czechoslovakia, and even Russia. Furniture demand continued to grow, and a second factory for upholstered leather furniture was opened in Remels. Steinhoff furniture was displayed on the international stage at expos in England, Holland, Belgium and Switzerland, while the company's sales network included representatives across Germany, Austria and Switzerland. Despite a general recession in the latter part of the decade, the Steinhoff strategy of sourcing furniture from the East to sell into a discount market in the West proved successful. Growth in imports continued, leading to yet another extension of the warehouse in Westerstede. Furniture deliveries reached more than 1,000 wagons. Turnover reached 230 million Deutsche Mark, and the company now employed 320 people. Investment in infrastructure and technology strengthened the business's competitive advantage. Steinhoff was now more focused on manufacturing and logistics, and the efficient management of these supply chain elements translated into direct benefits for its growing customer base. Investments in the business continued. The new administration building, an extra 2,000 square meters added to the Remels factory. 20 million Deutsche Mark investment completed the 45-meter-high building, which became a landmark of innovation. A state-of-the-art warehouse and management system now controlled the receiving, packing, storing, retrieving and dispatching of furniture. Paperless and fully automated, the Steinhoff warehouse and distribution center were revolutionary at the time and remain relevant today, almost 25 years later. The fall of the Iron Curtain meant that Europe became a continent without borders. Incentivized investment opportunities opened up in former East Germany. Europe was transformed into a single market where capital goods and services could move freely between countries. 7 upholstery factories plus 1 bedding factory were bought from the Treuhand. Overnight, Steinhoff became one of the largest producers of upholstered furniture destined for Germany. There were now company-owned factories in Germany, Poland, the Ukraine and Hungary. The business employed 3,000 people and achieved a turnover of 600 million Deutsche Mark. foreign investment opportunities presented themselves, and encouraged by the political change in South Africa, Klaus Dorn orchestrated the partnership between Steinhoff Europe and Goma Goma, establishing Steinhoff Furniture. Steinhoff Europe and Steinhoff Africa consolidated, with the listing of Steinhoff International on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. 10 years after the fall of communism and focused on the strategy to remain the lowest cost producer, Steinhoff closed most of its German factories, relocating them to Poland and Hungary, where it could benefit from a lower cost base. Efficient distribution and logistics further strengthened the group's advantage, allowing the group to effectively manage costs. This ultimately translated into the lower prices of its furniture ranges. To capitalize even further on the benefits of an efficient distribution network, another logistics hub was set up in Leinefelde. The group was now well on its way to achieving its business goal of a 50-50 split between its own manufactured products and wholesale distribution, with 87 factories and 26 distribution and sourcing locations in 10 countries. The next decade was defined by continued development and exponential growth at an international level. With a solid manufacturing base and initial retail investments in place, the business expanded its presence in Asia for low-cost sourcing, long before its peers did. The Steinhoff Imports and Sourcing Division was established in China to support the original sourcing activities into Europe. Upon celebrating his 70th birthday, Bruno retired as executive chairman, having successfully transferred the culture, experience and knowledge to the European supply chain business. One era had ended for the group, but a new era had begun. The manufacturing, sourcing and logistics business that was founded 50 years ago is now part of a listed group. Its entrenched global presence still benefits greatly from the diversified vertical integration strategy. Steinhoff International adopted many of the principles and values of the original European trading model to manufacture and source furniture and homeware from low-cost countries and to sell these products to value-conscious consumers. We nurture and support our entrepreneurial culture, leading to new opportunities and innovation. We benefit from local knowledge and expertise, having decentralized management teams. We remain flexible and diversified in our global supply chain and retail operations. We are in control of costs throughout the whole supply chain, manufacturing, sourcing, logistics and retail, and control our future by continued investment in our infrastructure and brands.